Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Joel Rosen. I am the Adrenal Fatigue Recovery Ninja, and today I want to talk to you about whether or not you experience the dreaded crash. So let's say you are dealing with fatigue, an exhaustion problem, you're stressed out, you're burnt out, you got a lot of tasks to balance, you got a lot of projects to do, a lot of deadlines, a lot of balancing this and a lot of balancing that. The analogy is you have many windows open in your life and you're starting to get tired, you're starting to be exhausted, you're crashing in the middle of the day, you don't fall asleep, you don't stay asleep, you don't wake up feeling refreshed, maybe all three, and then you do it all again over and over again. So the question is, do you experience the crash? Maybe you're getting better and you start to feel like you have a little bit more energy, you do a little bit too much and then you crash. Or you start to feel better, you go and exercise and then you crash. Or you have a meal and you crash. Or you do just a little bit more, you hear a little bit something that you weren't anticipating, you get a little bit more stressed than you weren't feeling you were going to get, and then boom, you experience the crash. If that's what you're experiencing, there's a lot of things going on that I wouldn't put my finger on just one thing. I'd have to think about a bunch of different things. Like number one, what happened? Was I stressed out? Did I experience a demand for need to produce adrenaline or cortisol? Because potentially what happens is your body's nutritional status and your body's dehydration status, your body's inflammation status, and your body's pre-existing blood sugar status is going to determine whether or not the next stressor is going to crash you and whether or not you're resilient to that next stressor and you have the ability to handle that allostatic pressure, or your body's good at maintaining homeostasis. So you have to think about, what was it that created the problem? Was it a stressor that you weren't anticipating? Perhaps you're not producing enough adrenaline, or maybe you're not clearing the adrenaline, or maybe you're not making enough cortisol, or you're maybe making too much cortisol, or you're making too much insulin, or not enough insulin, or your insulin isn't working. So you have to understand first and foremost, not to make it more confusing, but you have to understand, what was the major stressor? Was it you just ate? Was it you felt that you had a major stressor you weren't anticipating? Was it you stood up too quickly? Was it you tried to do activity? Was it that you had some stimulants or some coffee? Was it because you haven't eaten in a long time? There's a lot of things that you have to think about. Now, when you eat, we tend to think about it as an insulin problem. You feel like a crash because you ate some food, it caused your glucose levels to rise, it caused your insulin levels to rise, and then insulin getting into the cell and causing a drop of blood sugar can make you feel really tired. Another process could be that insulin isn't getting into the cell's receptors and it's not causing a flushing of glucose out of the bloodstream, and that's an energetically demanding process where we feel sleepy and tired. And these people have high cholesterol levels and high triglyceride levels and high LDL levels, and it's not just even the amount of carbs they're eating. There's so much insulin resistance and insulin signaling and even inflammation, where you people aren't the people that are eating a bunch of carbs anyways, and you still crash. So there's an insulin resistance issue there. Cortisol has a nice spike in the first half hour of waking, and then it should sort of steadily fall throughout the whole day. So if you're feeling it's the cortisol levels falling too low, I don't know if that would be it, because then you would feel like an adrenaline rush after, because that adrenaline is going to kick in to make sure that your blood sugar doesn't fall too low. It could be a cortisol lowering, but my sense is that's not what's happening. The other thing could be that you just have dehydration going on. There's a mineral imbalance. You're peeing out too much of your electrolytes. You're very acidic. Your body's blood pressure is low. Your body's blood sugar is low. Your body's temperature is low, and you're very catabolic. That could be going on as well. So just wanted to give you a couple things to think about. My name is Dr. Joel Rosen. Make sure you like my YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe to it. Make a comment. I answer all your questions. Come check me out on Facebook. It's Dr. Joel Rosen's The Art of Adrenal Fatigue Recovery. And make sure you check out me on my new website. It's adrenalfatiguesociety.com. My name is Dr. Joel Rosen. I am the Adrenal Fatigue Recovery Ninja, and I look forward to ending your adrenal fatigue nightmare. Thank you so much.